grateful to our friends, supporters, and of course our broadcasters and members. We welcome you to celebrate with us today. Before I proceed, I acknowledge that we meet on none of our lands, and I extend my respect to elders past and present. We also note that today is 11th of November, which is Remembrance Day, and we remember all those who moved. Before we start, I would like to invite Zoe here, and she's going to serenade us with a bit of music before we start. And so yeah, give up the floor for Zoe. So we have a formal address by President Dr. Songfa Liu, followed by an address by journalist Shalailah. Shalailah, thank you for your time today. We will then be welcoming Minister Tara Cheyne, Minister for Multicultural Affairs, who will then do the award ceremony as well, and then with a brief community engagement and station update of what we've been doing throughout the year. And so yeah, without much ado.
And as a political reporter, I like to think of my job as less of a reporter and more of a translator. So politics by its design is meant to be exclusive. It's meant to keep as many people out as possible while making it seem like it's for everyone. So my job as a political reporter, I feel, is to broaden politics out and really explain it to a lot of people, particularly young people who might be disengaged with politics. And unfortunately, we know also that people of colour and migrant communities also are quite locked out from politics. So I really like to try, in my job, it's my professional sort of life's work, to make politics as accessible to people as possible. I'm very passionate about the fact that politics affects every single one of us, and I want to make it, I want to make it relevant to people and to their lives. I also wanted to say that the topic of multicultural voices and why they matter in mainstream media couldn't have come at a better time. We've just been through months of a bruising coverage of two massive news stories: cultural sensitivity, and above all, who hold the humanity of their subjects in the highest regard. That should be the baseline for us in media, but shamefully we can probably all think of examples where it's not.
Next one is actually called 33, but it actually just means something the flow in China. So it's kind of also the south of China. It's from the Jayaram province. They're really beautiful and also some lovely song. Yeah, you can feel also some happiness at the ending. Yeah.
welcome to the stage Minister Tara Cheyne, Minister of Multicultural Affairs, Minister for Arts. Minister Cheyne will be giving a brief address, following which we'll have our award ceremony.
Morning everyone, it's just a pleasure to be here with you all. Could I start by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather today, the Ngunnawal people and other people and families who have connections to these lands. I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging, and I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here today. This always was and it always will be Aboriginal land. And of course, happy Diwali. What a fantastic celebration there was last night by the Canberra India Council, and I wore a sari for the first time, but certainly not the last, but I do need some help getting dressed. I've been reflecting on what an incredible year it has been for our multicultural city, and I just thought I'd run through some of the achievements of this year and how CMS has been at the heart of all of these. So first of all, in February, we passed our Multiculturalism Act, the first Multiculturalism Act we've ever had in the ACT. And in that, it includes a Multiculturalism Charter. If you haven't seen it, I encourage you to look it up. It's on our website, and it's just beautiful. It's got the principles and the values that we really hold dearly as a city. And that's something that we all live, we all have ownership of, and our government agencies now have to report against every year about how they are bringing that to life, which I think is something very, very special. Of course, we had the National Multicultural Festival, and CMS was a huge part of that. The 25th anniversary, it broke all records on every single metric possible. The most number of people, it made a huge contribution economically, but if you were there, you know it's so much more than those metrics. It's about people and friendship and celebration and the sharing of culture. And again, a volunteer-led festival, a community-led festival, which the government is very proud to be part of, and something so special to see it get so much recognition and to be welcomed back with open arms in a huge warm hug from the community after we've had to cancel it twice. And I've got to say, cancelling it twice as Minister was probably the two worst things I've ever done. And being able to bring it back in such a big way in 2023, and for the community to come right in behind us. And I certainly understood that people were dubious about whether it would go ahead, but it was just such a success, and we cannot wait for 2024. And indeed, following the success of the 25th anniversary festival, we put in a budget bid and said, we can't go back from that. You know, that was pretty extraordinary. And so now we have the funding. We had additional funding for the 25th anniversary. Now our funding profile for the festival going forward is the same that it was for the 25th anniversary. So essentially double what it is in previous years. So we've been able to reflect that in the grants that we offer to the community, but also in terms of the staging. I think we all agree that the festival this year was the easiest it's ever been to move around, even though we had a record-breaking crowd of 380,000 people. So that's fantastic, and long may it continue. Then, middle of the year, we were accredited as Australia's second advanced welcoming city, and one of only 38 in the world. And I think this is just so important to us because I think we know how welcoming we are, and certainly as a government we can say it over and over, but to then have it independently recognised and to receive that accreditation from an organisation, Welcoming Cities, that is held in such high esteem, I think is something very special. So it's not just saying we're welcoming, we can prove it through all the things that we do. And again, community radio, multicultural radio is just so central to all of that, and in providing that connection to community and making everybody feel welcome. Radio Magnificent was the winner of the ACT on the
Thank you.
ACT Media Arts and Culture Award this year, the ACT Multicultural Awards again, bringing CMS right into the spotlight, and congratulations to you on your many years of hard work.
Thank you.
Then the National Multicultural Festival for the first time won a national award for the best community event in all of Australia. I think that is well overdue recognition, but just great to see. And I reckon we can win again. So CMS, I think, is what's so clear is just been so much at the heart of all these achievements and all this connection that is provided in the community. And there is something uniquely special about radio as a medium. I studied journalism and I've spent a little bit of time on the airwaves myself, and it's such a unique medium in the fact that it does provide that connection, and it is sometimes like a warm hug. Like someone being able to talk to you, especially if it's in your language, and the fact that CMS has programs in 36 languages is mind-blowing, but just so important for community, that, and especially during difficult times like COVID, but also if you've just moved here or feeling lonely for whatever reason, what an important connection that is, let alone all the other things that radio does in terms of sharing information, connecting people, letting people know what's going on, how to get involved. There's something really quite extraordinary about that. And of course, when all other communications go down, thanks to Optus, we still have radio. And I think again, that's
good.
That's incredibly
fantastic.
important.
Yay!
And again, long may that continue. So I think it's just so beautiful that CMS continues to thrive with volunteers, and it is really very remarkable to stop and think about how many hours each individual in this room gives every single year to connecting people and to creating our welcoming city. So can I please offer my sincerest congratulations on behalf of the ACT government, and thank you so much for having me today.
And that was such a beautiful note to end on our volunteers. And so during COVID and since, we've got about 100 volunteers, and we've got 30 programs who stayed with us through COVID, who learned to broadcast remotely overnight, who figured complicated technology and now are actually wizards at remote broadcasting. And so on that note, a couple of years ago, we got a grant from we got a multicultural participation grant from the ACT government, and I thought, why not celebrate some of our volunteers who've been there for 30 years, 25 years, 40 years. And so we did a project called Reflections of the Past, and we interviewed some of our broadcasters, some of our programs who've been there a while. And through that, we then got into, why not give them awards? So today we have, we're giving out 2 awards. And the first award is for Ruzica and Dorde are Serbian broadcasters who have been broadcasting since 1998. And 25 years, yes. So I'd just like to play you a brief clipping.
radio program or something, they can't basically know very well. But thank you anyway for existing radio station. You know, this is a good thing. I like, and I don't know. When people ask me, why don't you ask another 2 hours? It's too long to wait. Agreed. I said, oh, you have no idea choose, we don't talk about politics, no politics, thank you very much, and all nice things. People I know that they love music, they love our history, and I try my best. Sometimes we talk about, I say to them, let's go tonight in, for example, Belgrade, talking about Belgrade, history of the Belgrade, and I put some songs about Belgrade or whatever. Every Saturday we choose city where we going tonight, for example. They like it, and sometimes we have jokes on the radio program, let them laugh a little bit, but we have also poetry, and I have so many of them in touch with me and sending their books, and I read their songs, and they're very happy people know them so far in Australia, and I meet many friends to the radio station. This is what makes me happy.
So that was a clipping from an interview we did at Ruzica and Dorde's house, who've been the most amazing, the most kindest broadcasters we've had, and every time actually I see Ruzica, she has given me so much sweets that it feeds me for an entire week. So I would like to welcome Ruzica and Dorde Adams on stage.
Please, come on, George.
Hi there.
Come on.
You like a bit of a push.
Thank you very much. Makes me cry anyway.
So just here.
I got a few good ones. And
Thank you.
Yes, I am broadcasting Serbian language, but in English you can understand anyway. I would like to say thank you. It is pleasure to receive something like this, and thank you to everyone who recognized our work for so many years. And we will continue to broadcast the program till we feel healthy and happy. I like to make people happy and living for love. What means life without love? We like all the time on program to share our love to everybody, love each other, help each other, give a smile to each other, say good morning, good afternoon. We live in Australia for so many years, and I don't understand one thing. Living 27 years in the same place, and we have neighbors who never say good day or good morning or whatever. I can't understand this. I brought up in Serbia, in a country, small country, but rich, with everybody have a heart and welcome you anytime to come in Serbia. In our place, whoever was coming, we welcome him and welcome again who wish to come to visiting us. I would like to see you. Thank you once again. What can I say? 26 years now. I am 70 years old, and I will continue to broadcast.
Yes.
till I can. Thank you.
Ruzica, can you say something in Serbia? Your Serbian friends and listeners listening to you right?
Serbia.
Yeah, Serbian.
Pa da kažemo nešto i na srpskom jeziku. Želela bih da se zahvalim svima vama koji ste poznali i prepoznali naš rad svih ovih godina. Radeći ovaj posao, to je, naravno da je to dobrovoljno, A ako radite nešto dobrovoljno, to znači da radite od srca. 26 godina nisu male godine, ali ako se osjećamo zdravo i dobro, nastavit ćemo i dalje da se družimo. Ja pozdravljam sve slušalce, moje drage prijatelje u Srbiji koji prate CMS radio program. Šta da kažem? Ljubim vas, volim vas, I love you all. Thank you very much.
Werner, Albrecht? Werner has been part of CMS Radio not just as a broadcaster, but also as someone who has participated in the management of CMS and actually contributed to what CMS is today.
Achievement is not reached by an individual, it's actually reached by a community, by a group of people. I find always that if more than one person is doing something, it's better than somebody is doing alone.
Thank you. Okay. Is there no microphone from the studio, isn't there? Not working anymore?
This one works.
This one works?
Yes, this one works. That is just
So
a
I
show.
have to say a few words.
You have to say a few words.
I'm not prepared. Actually, I didn't know that till this morning. Yeah, CMS is a family, and I see some familiar faces, which is good. Many new people, which is good as well, because we always said we need young people to populate and yeah, Mani said yeah, okay. Good to see actually so many people actually still in that family. I do still some work with Heinrich, which was actually the purpose why I'm here. I have to say that. And Heinrich was one of the father figures actually in CMS, and he introduced us actually to emergency situation, because the Swiss broadcaster, a woman, was actually quite sick, and Heinrich was looking around for somebody who can replace her, and this was done in, I think, 6 weeks or something. So we were thrown in the studio with the, I don't know, many people cannot remember. Studio One has a very old console, about 50 years old or something, which is gone in between. And he showed us actually on the Sunday afternoon how this works. And Heinrich was always a sort of mentor to us, and I think for many others as well. And I just see now Ruzica, where is she? We still have your bed socks you gave us.
We all have the bed socks.
Yes. Okay. It makes a good
I have one too.
thing.
I still have some.
Okay. Yes. Good, I come back in 10 years when they are actually used up.
And cakes, yes.
And cakes, yeah. Well, everything what Ruzica box is actually good. Good, okay. Good. I would say that
Yes.
that would be it.
Thank you.
We will have a special dance number for you. What tune we going to sing to it?
Wow.
In München steht ein Hofbräuhaus.
Ja. Das kenne ich nicht.
Ja, okay. Ja. Oder die Holzhackerturm? No, I don't know. Okay. Okay, this is very impromptu. All right, so here we go. Now, there is a surprise effect.
Yes.
And that's what we hope you will appreciate and
Yes.
understand. All right, what could we say? Oh, you know that song, children's song, Kommt der Vogel geflogen?
The first verse. No, even not the first verse.
Oh, we can't. See, they're from Switzerland. I'm from Munich.
Alle Vögel sind schon da.
Aber?
Alle Vögel sind schon da.
All right, do you know that? Alle Vögel sind schon da?
Ja, alle Vögel
Okay,
sind schon
so it's a song which is about spring and when all the birds come back and you feel happy and you feel like dancing. Okay, so now. Alle Vögel sind schon da.
Wow! 3 cheers for Werner, Heinrich and Gabi! Hip hip, hooray! Well done. Awesome.
We didn't get actually Hon.
But I would first like to just talk about what we as a station have been doing throughout the year and see how our external partners who are here, but also how our broadcasters can get more involved. And the Minister spoke about the National Multicultural Festival. So now is a good time as any to tell you that for the 2024 National Multicultural Festival, CMS will come on board as an official community media partner.
Yay!
super excited, but personally I'm extremely nervous to be broadcasting for 3 continuous days, and we're hoping that all of our 30 community programs and many new and emerging communities in Canberra can be represented on air. So yeah, we will see you for the 2024 National Multicultural Festival, and I'll now take you through a few things that we've been doing. So we broadcasted live on the last day of the 2023 National Multicultural Festival, and we had the opportunity to interview over 40 festival goers, including performers, members of government, and our broadcasters had a great time. And what we've noticed is, people often say radio is dead, it's not the thing for young people, but we had so many young people who showed up, who wanted to get on radio, who were really excited by saying, like there's this one girl who stood there for 10 to 15 minutes but didn't know how to ask. And then she just came up, her father brought her along, and she had a great time. And so I really think that there's a lot of opportunity for young people, but also schools and colleges to get involved with the radio station. And so yeah, on that note, we'll see you at the 2024 National Multicultural Festival, because after all, we're Canberra. So we've been representing ourselves in the sector, and this was our delegate at the 2023 National Ethnic Multicultural Broadcasters Council Conference. We were 15 delegates, so we were one of the largest delegates of the conference, and we were very proud to represent. We, with a lot of youth members, of course there's a lot of party opportunities as well, which we absolutely love. But it was really a great time, and we want to continue representing Canberra and our community's interests on a more national stage. This was the team, 3 of our broadcasters and myself at the 2023 CBAA Conference, Community Broadcasting Association of Australia Conference in Adelaide. And so, yeah, and this year the Community Broadcasting Association of Australia has also come up with a roadmap for the next 10 years of how community broadcasting will look. And I'm pleased to note that our president, Songfa, was present and participated in a round of consultations so that we could actually have our voices heard. And so we're really grateful for Songfa who took that initiative, who lobbied with these organizations to ensure that our voices are heard. This is our beautiful Swahili program broadcasters who participated in sector research to see what ethnic communities and what ethnic broadcasting would look like in the future. So we're really pleased to note that we haven't just been doing our programs, which is amazing, but we've also been doing all these little other things that actually continues to make us relevant and continues to make sure that our voices are heard. We've been doing a whole bunch of things in Canberra as well. It's not that we just keep traveling interstate. We do a lot of things in Canberra as well. We're Canberra Station. Manu, could you go back? Yeah, so this is Manish and myself. Our jobs are basically to just attend things. So this is us attending the volunteering symposium and the volunteering exhibition. And that's Wenjin, one of our, she's our Chinese, Cantonese program coordinator, and she also runs the Women Empowerment and the Minority Culture Shock program. So one of the things is that one of the focuses for us has been volunteer recruitment and retention, which has been a bit of a struggle for a lot of community organizations, not just in broadcasting. So on that note, I would really like to encourage you to bring in new and emerging communities, to build connections with other communities, to make sure that young people are involved, to make sure that schools are involved, and we would really, really appreciate if you could help us with volunteer recruitment and retention, because this room can fit 100 people. And so I really would like one day that we had a behemoth of an organization. This was us at the 2023 Diversity Forum with Women in Youth and Media, and we had some training opportunities for 15 women and youth who participated across the 2 days and got training and were given skills to start their own podcasts. So we understand that a lot of young people may not be able to do regular radio, but we're now trying to get into different kinds of medium to see how they can be involved with us, if not through audio, through remote broadcasting, through podcasts, through helping us with social media and different things like that. fun year for us in terms of awards. So as we already know, Manish won the ACT Multicultural Award for. He's saying something. What?
Radio Manpasan.
Oh, I'm so
Not
sorry.
Manish.
Manish didn't win it. Manish has no identity. Radio Manpasan, his program, won the ACT Multicultural Awards for Arts, Culture and Media, and we're very pleased with that. We also had Saad Khalid, our treasurer, who was nominated for Young Australian of the Year. And so we're really proud of our broadcasters.
You could talk about
And Sahana.
Yeah, you should tell a word about yourself.
I also won an award. It
Yes.
was called the 2020 Volunteer Manager of the Year.
Yes,
Award.
yay!
Oh, so sure, if you want self-testimony. I won the award for excellence in inclusion. So if anyone wants to know anything about inclusion and excellence, please do talk to me. I'm the poster child for both excellence and inclusion. We've also been doing a whole bunch of training. So this was our broadcasters and most of our board members participating in a legal governance training. And so just to make sure that we cover all our bases, so there's training. And now to the little plug-in here. So during the month of October for Multicultural Mental Health Month, in collaboration with the Office for Mental Health and Wellbeing, ACT Government, we were able to get 5 programs on board to do a one-off podcast series. So we did this in Urdu, Swahili, Tongan, Nepali, Tamil, yes, my mother tongue, Tamil. Sorry, I'm just not very good at testimony.
Something else.
Alright, so that was the podcast we've done, and I'd just like for you to listen to 2 clippings of the podcast.
The different communities, if you like, and how they got into Australia. Sometimes I feel that again affect or changes, or the challenges are different in every community. So I feel like, especially our humanitarian entrants, because of the trauma of what they have faced coming through to Australia, that is very different, say for someone maybe who has come in as an international student, if you like. The challenges are different as well. But then there are others who are coming maybe as skilled migrants. They already have their permanent residence, so settling in is a bit better. There are those who are coming as diplomatic corps. In the diplomatic community, again, the experiences are very different as well. It's not to say that their differences are better than the others, but I feel like some communities face more challenges than others. And so in the East African community, I feel like it's coming out more. Like we have activities in the community that are encouraging people to come out and say it's okay, especially for women. We have, for example, last month we had a Dara night. Dara night, for most people who know, it's just a term. It's a dress, if you like, and it's a free-flowing dress, and it was symbolic to say, just come and be free, just come and talk, be in a community where you can just sit and have fun. You're not thinking about the pressures of the world, you're not thinking about your issues so much. You're here with other women to say that we're all the same, and like, what are your issues? What you're facing is what somebody else could be facing as well. So I feel like the community is becoming more aware, which is good. When it comes to things like mental health month, activities are out there. Soccer, for example, which is an exciting and interesting thing for most Africans, is an activity that's used to bring people together to talk about domestic violence and mental health, and how does mental health look like, and it is okay to talk about it.
And so this project, you should clap actually. But this project basically allowed us to actually talk about what mental health looks for our communities, what parenting looks like in our communities, what aging populations and young people face in our communities, what the dissidence of 2 cultures looks like and how it affects mental health. And so that was Jackie, one of our Swahili broadcasters, who participated in a cross-cultural panel with 3 other broadcasters. And then we have Lavinia, who was our Tongan guest speaker,
So I work with multi-ethnic people in my area, not just as colleague but also as patient. So I'm very proud to be Tongan. Working in this area is a big need for our community. As you all know, mental health knows no ethnicity, no profession. It just, everybody is affected in some sort of way. Whether you're a patient or a family or a community member, mental illness is a big issue, and it's very important as Tongans that we are aware and we continue to support our members of our family who are affected by mental health, but also promote awareness. And I'm very proud to be here and grateful. I love you though.
We're really thankful for all of the people who were involved, for Preeti from the Tamil program, for Pradeep from the Nepali program, for Naiti and Lavinia from the Tongan program, for Saad from the Urdu program, and for Lily and Jackie and Titus from the Swahili program. So thank you so much for your involvement. And most of all, I'd really like to also thank Dr. Elizabeth Moore and her team from the Office for Mental Health and Wellbeing for supporting us, for actually putting mental health, multicultural mental health as a priority agenda item. And so we're really, really grateful, and we hope to do a lot more podcasts, and we hope our communities can continue talking about mental health on air. Now, you would want to know, where can we find these amazing podcasts? They're available on our website, and so they're available to listen on our website. Each of the episodes have a section explaining what they're going to be talking about. So we'd love for you to attend the session. So we'd love for you to have a listen to the podcast, and any feedback's welcome. Thank you so much once again for the Office for Mental Health and Wellbeing. Yeah, next slide. So this year we are also deciding that there's more ways to actually get involved with our broadcasters. So we're actually coming up with a members app, and we're in the process of developing our members app, but also revamping our website a little bit. A couple of times our broadcasters have walked up to me and said, this banner here, they often come and ask me, who are these people? And I have to tell them, sorry, that's a stock photo. And so I thought, why not put the faces that make us who we are onto our website. So we're trying to make our website more personalized. So when this is launched, we will let you know. But I would also just like to take you through the home page to see what this new website is going to be looking like. And Marvin will do his fancy things. Marvin's our tech officer, he's been handling all of this. He's a wonderful person, do talk to him. No, actually don't, he does not like that. So that's our new website, and that's how it's going to look. It's a lot less cluttered. And it'll have a little bit about what we're doing. Yeah, so this is how it's going to look. We're actually changing how our shows look, making everything a little more colorful, making everything a little more pretty, to actually involve more people, but also to actually embrace the vibrancy that is Canberra Multicultural Service. And once our website's released, you'll also have a download link to download our new app. Through this, listeners will be able to comment on posts. Broadcasters will be able to talk to each other, share resources, share pictures, just really adding to the community of practice. Our new website will also have a really fun little a shop. So you see those cute shirts that Heinrich, Werner and Gabby were wearing. So we want to do more collaborations with local Canberrans and actually see how multicultural can be represented. And so we'll also have a cute new shop. So, and all of the proceeds will of course go back into our volunteers. And so once all of this is released, we let you know and you can engage with us. So we're really grateful that all of you could show up here. And that's about the end of it. But before we go on, I'd just like to, before we cut for lunch, I'd like to just give the mic to Songfa, who'd like to say a few words. And yeah.
Thank you again for coming. Minister Tara, I want to say a few words. We love you. Particularly when you say CMS is hard. Please keep saying that. And also, you are the lead in multiculture. We support you. We support the entire multicultural community. We celebrate multiculture. Let's do more. Let's do better. Do it for the future. Thank you.